Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we are going to discuss the third test of the Mdcat test series, and it is rotational and circular motion. The test code is T3, and in this unit we will discuss the MCQs of the topic angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration, centripetal force, centripetal acceleration, real and apparent weight, and the most important, satellite motion. So let's start this topic. Question number 101. A stone tied with a string is rotated in a vertical circle. The minimum speed with which string has to be rotated. So the formula of the minimum speed is V equal under root GR. So is independent of the mass of the stone, is it independent of the length of the string? So R becomes length because when you rotate a string, a stone with a string, so its radius is equal to the length of the string. So it depends. So B is not the correct option. Decreases with the increase in mass of the stone, mass पे ये depend नहीं करती. Decreases with the increase in length. So it is clear that if you increase the length, radius increases and speed increases. So these are also incorrect. So A is the right option. Is independent of the mass of the stone. So A is the correct option. Let's move to the question 102. For a particle performing uniform circular motion, the physical quantity which remains constant. The hint is the uniform circular motion. In the uniform circular motion, speed also remains same because if the speed changes, the motion will no longer uniform. And the angular velocity is also constant. The angular velocity of kinetic energy. So answer is both A and C. A car goes around a circular track of radius 15 meters with speed 25 is angular speed. So V equals R omega. So V is 25, R is 50. It becomes 1 by 2, and 1 by 2 is 0.5. So correct answer is A. If a wheel of radius R turns to an angle of 30 degrees, then the distance to which any point on the rim moves is. So we use the following formula that relates angular and linear displacement. S equals R theta. It's R, so it's R and 30 degrees. If you convert this degree into radians, then you have to divide it by 30 degrees equal to pi by 6, I think. Pi by 6. Because pi is 180 degree. 180 degree divided by 6 is equal to 30 degree. So yes, answer is R pi by 6. R pi by 6. B is the right option. 105. The angular speed of the wheel of bicycle is 8 pi radian per second. Their period of rotation is. Angular speed and period of rotation relates with this formula 2 pi by 2. This is the solution of question number 105. Angular speed is 8 pi. This is 2 pi. Pi will be cancelled. 4. So time period 1 by 4, it becomes 0.25 or 1 by 4. So correct option is B. 106. Determine the angular displacement in radians of 6.5 revolutions. तो हमें ये बताना है कि 6 पॉइंट रेवोल्यूशंस में कितना एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट रेडियंस में बताना है. अब बेटा एक रेवोल्यूशन में तो 6.5 रेवोल्यूशंस में 6.5 इंटू 2 पाई रेडियंस होंगे. तो पाई को आप 3 ले लें. 3 इंटू 6 6 इंटू 6 36. And 6.5 into 6, I think our answer is 8, 40.8 radians. Let me calculate it. So 2 pi means 6 multiplied by 6.5, 29. So answer is 40.8 because the value, exact value of pi is 3.148. If you multiply it, then exact value becomes 40.8. For anti-clockwise rotation, the angular velocity. So if you rotate your fingers anti-clockwise, then thumb will point out of the page or along positive y-axis. So its angular velocity will be positive. What is 45 degree in radians? So you can use simple formula. 2 pi radians equals 360 degree. 2 pi by 360 equals 1 degree. Multiply both sides with 45. So 45 degree equals, so 45 into 2, 90. 90 divided by 90 into 4, 360. So answer is pi by 4. Pi by 4. D is the right option. So अरेज करते हैं हम. Next. 109. A motorcyclist is moving inside a spherical cage of radius 5 meters. The minimum speed with which he must pass the highest point. So velocity at the highest point is under root gr. The value of g is 10 and its radius is 5. Moreover, you can write 10 as 2 into 5 into 5. So it becomes 5 under root 2. C is the right option. A body is rotating clockwise with decreasing angular velocity. Angular acceleration is directed. अच्छा, अब एंगुलर वेलोसिटी जो है वो क्लॉकवाइज है. क्लॉकवाइज. The body is rotating clockwise. So if you place the, or you turn or you rotate the fingers of your right hand clockwise, then thumb will indicate into the page. But the velocity is decreasing, so angular acceleration becomes opposite of that into the page. It becomes out of the page. The correct answer is B. I repeat it. You rotate the fingers of your right hand clockwise in the direction of circle I have drawn on the screen. And when you rotate it clockwise, and if you stretch your thumb, it goes into the page. But as the angular velocity is decreasing, the action of angular acceleration becomes opposite of that, and it becomes out of the page. The correct answer is out of the page. Triple one. Question number 111. For a small theta, angular displacement is a vector quantity. Because for small value, angular displacement obeys commutative law of addition. Theta x plus y equals theta y plus x. So if a physical quantity obey commutative law of vectors, then it is regarded as a vector quantity. A physical quantity does not obey the commutative property of vector addition. It is a scalar quantity. For the large value, the vector's angular displacement does not obey commutative law of vector addition. So for the large value, it is scalar, and for the small value, it obeys this law. That's why it is a vector quantity. The SI unit of angular displacement is radians. It is SI unit. Other are the units, but not SI units. 1 radian is equal to 57.3 degree or 1 by 2 pi revolution. Because 1 revolution is equal to 2 pi radians, and 1 upon 2 pi becomes 1 radian. So both options are correct, A and B. In circular motion, if the angular velocity and angular acceleration becomes parallel, then the motion becomes faster because when the speed is increasing, angular velocity and angular acceleration becomes parallel. If the speed is decreasing, then angular acceleration becomes anti-parallel to angular velocity. So for 114 question, the answer is C. 115. A car rounds a 20-meter radius curve at 10 meters per second. The magnitude of its acceleration. So it is centripetal acceleration is being asked. So it is v square upon r. This is the formula of centripetal acceleration. So 10 square divided by 220. So it's 100 by 20. That is 5. So answer is C. A particle of mass m is executing circular motion of path radius r. The magnitude of linear momentum, then radial force acting, or radial force means which acts along the radius, that is centripetal force. So it is mv square upon r. If we multiply and divide with mass, then it becomes m square v square upon mr or rm. Mv is the momentum. It becomes p square because it is momentum square divided by rm or mr. P square by rm. Option is B. Radian is a unit of angular displacement which can also be measured in degree. How many radians are equal to 1 degree? 360 degrees becomes equal to 2 pi radians, and 1 degree becomes 2 pi by 360. It becomes pi by 180. So answer is B. A wheel starts from rest at an angular acceleration of 4. When it has made 10 revolutions, its angular velocity is. If the wheel starts from rest, it means its initial angular velocity is 0. Angular acceleration is given. When it has made 10 revolutions, its angular velocity is. So first of all, can we use second equation of motion or the third equation of motion? 2 alpha theta. Yes. 2 alpha theta equals omega f square minus omega I square. So 2 into alpha. What is alpha? Angular acceleration 4. What is theta? How many revolutions? 10 revolutions. And you convert it into radians by 2 pi. Omega f square minus 0 because it starts from rest, so its angular velocity is initial angular velocity is 0. So you just multiply it. You take pi as a 3. 3 into 2 6, 6 into 10 60, and 60 into 4 240, 240 into 2 480. So you have to take square root of 480. Square root of 480 becomes 22y. This is the right option. This is the nearest option. Question number 19. A child riding on a large merry-go-round travels a distance of 3000 meters in a circle of diameter 40 meters. The total angle through which child revolves is. The linear distance is given, diameter is 40, then radius becomes 20. You can use this formula as equal r theta. You need to determine theta. The value of s is 3000 divided by 20. You will get radians. How many radians are there? 150, I think. Yes, 150. So answer is C. 120. A body moves in a circular circle with an increasing angular velocity at time t equals 6 seconds. The angular velocity is 27 radian per second. What is the radius of the circle made by the body when the linear velocity is 81 centimeter per second? So you can use simple formula V equal R omega. What is V? Linear velocity, that is 81. You need to find R. And what is angular velocity? 27. 27 threes are 81. So answer is 3 centimeters. Which of the following quantities are constant for a body performing uniform circular motion? The linear speed and angular velocity. Because for the uniform motion, both remains constant. 122. A particle of mass m is moving in a horizontal circle of radius r with uniform speed when it moves to a point diametrically opposite them. This is very good question. A body is rotating in a circular path when it is exactly at diametrically in the opposite direction. For example, the body is at this point, then its velocity along tangent, its momentum is mv, right? When it is diametrically exactly at the opposite point, then its momentum will be in opposite direction. It becomes minus mv. So if you find the change in momentum, it's final minus initial. Minus mv minus initial is mv. So change in momentum becomes minus 2 mv. So momentum change by minus 2. So C is the right option. Kinetic energy changes by mv. Kinetic energy does not change in the circular path. It remains same until and unless some external torque acts on the body. But in the question, there is no external torque acting on the body, so kinetic energy remains same. But the momentum is changing, so B is also wrong option because momentum does not change. You can clearly see momentum is changing because the action of velocity is changing. So correct option is C. I hope you understand this question. So we have done question number 122, question 123. A body is moving in a vertical circular motion. Which one of the following forces does it not experience? In a vertical circle, there is no normal reaction force because body is not in contact with any force. Because the normal reaction force acts on a body opposite to the weight. So the answer is C. Which one of the following devices act on the principle of circular motion? It is centrifuge. Steam separator acts on the principle of centrifuge.